Please remember to download both the Barn Burner and ZingoTV apps in their respective app stores on iOS and Android devices. While you download, make sure you rate and leave a comment. Both apps are free. ZingoTV is also available on Google Chromecast, Amazon Fire and Fire TV sticks, Roku and Roku sticks, also on all smart TVs 2016 and forward. Tonight, I have singer, songwriter, producer, performer, Juno Award winner, and he comes from a musical family. He's the son of the late, great Winston Boyle Hammond. His uncle needs no introduction, legendary Barris Hammond. His brothers are also in the music, Ray and Junior Hammond. Courtney John is his cousin, and Chris Smith, and he is like family to me. Please welcome to the show, my good friend Len Hammond. Nice to have you on the show. Thanks for being here.
Blessed love, thanks for having me, and thanks, for the people tuned in and listening and watching.
So you're all the way in Jamaica, because I can hear the crickets. I hear them.
Yes, and it's raining in Jamaica, so the networks, are usually, something else, but it's good so far.
Great, great. We hope it stays that way. But it's a big day tomorrow for you. The brand new song drops on Reggaeville tomorrow. The video, These Arms. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, These Arms, the video should be released tomorrow, will be premiered tomorrow on Reggaeville. That song is a song that was produced by myself, executive produced by Master Kush Production. And that song was also one of the last few set of songs that the Great Barrier Here worked on, the late Great Barrier Here. He was the one who did his magical mix for me, and he was the recording engineer. And, so These Arms is a special song to me right there. And then the song was written by myself and produced by myself.
Oh, wow, nice. And can you talk a little bit about, or give us a little prips on the video, what to expect? Or would they have to wait?
Things from the video.
They have to wait. They have to wait.
The video is a nice video. It's capturing parts of St. Mary, Port Maria, Pagy Beach, and Galena Point. Some nice spot, Papa COVID spot. It's a video that can easily be used as a tourist, as a tour Jamaica or JTB advertisement. That means you can use it to show off Jamaica.
Yeah. Hint, 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 hint. Put it out there.
It's tropical. It's about love. It's about warmth. It's about the real soul of Jamaica and the real soul of love. The video is bringing forward a man endorsing his woman in a way that him no want her out of him sight, because every time she gone, he miss her. So before she even leave home, he's making her know, I'm missing you already. So the ladies and the fellas who are, real balanced will understand and get this one.
Yeah, you're down in Jamaica now, and you've been dropping like a lot of music, not just this. Like I noticed you've been doing like lots of work with Kirk Bennett, big up, one of the baddest drummers out there.
Yes, I mean, Kirk Love is a more than a producer friend of mine, is a bridge of mine, because we first auditioned Kirk Love, and basically we turned him down in the audition because he was too great. So we showed him Barry Salmon's office, Harmony House office over there.
Yeah.
Because at the time we were looking for some musicians. And he's just a great friend, and his production is on a different level, and his headspace and point of view where music is concerned. Our last project together was Come With Me. And that was a project because how Kirk and I work is, normally you would just call me up with a hook line and say, yo, I have something for you, finish on this. Or have a complete song or a complete concept, So, yeah, man, Kirk Love, great Grammy-nominated producer. Probably even win Grammy already, I don't know.
Yeah, and him turn artist now, too. I saw that.
Yeah, man, Mr. Kirk and him girl in the videos and thing, It's just one thing I know about Kirk Love. Kirk loves music. He loves what he does. He's a drummer. He's always practicing. 9, 10, 11, whatever o'clock at the night, Kirk will be up. A matter of fact, Kirk sleep with a practice drum set more than he sleep with a woman, I think.
And those of you who don't know, and if you want to know who Kirkledove is, Kirk Bennett, you can also catch him on the road. He's the drummer for Barris Hammond. So, of course, he's got it going on. Talk a little bit about, I know obviously everybody knows you're born in Jamaica, but talk about your upbringing in Jamaica and how the music came about. And of course, we got to talk about your late great father, Winston Boyle Hammond.
Well, music now is like, I was born into it pretty much. Born around me, I saw people like, my uncle, Barris, and my father, and Lenny Hibbert, and Jack Ruby, and, a lot more people. So it used to be, people like Bob Clark, Organ D from the Wailers band, who used to work with Bob Marley. A matter of fact, when he started working with Bob Marley, I think he was living at my house or staying at my house at one point there. So the great Organ D, bless up. But yeah, man, just like a studio baby in certain sense, It wasn't really frequent in the studio as a child, but we got our chances to go to the studio. When that happened, that would be on a different level, and I found that I was moved by music naturally from I was a child before, anything else, because I grew up with asthma and bronchitis, an extreme case of asthma and bronchitis.
Wow.
But during those times when I couldn't go outside and play, the music, became my comfort. I had to do a lot of listening, so from Perry Como, Nat King Cole, to Ken Booth, to Barry Salmon, Dennis Brown, Charlie Pride, Aretha Franklin, Boney M, and the list goes on, so, and then growing up in Jamaica as a child, Jamaica is an eclectic place where music is concerned.
Yeah.
We listen to rock, reggae, country, and western, anything that is hip. So as a child growing up in that kind of environment, my grandmother and my mother, very musical people, and my mother is always, knowledgeable about music, and my grandmother the same thing. But my grandmother was more of a forward person. She would actually allow the creativity. When people think it would be crazy, she would allow the creativity and say, one day I'm going to go on big and do something great. So bless up to Kelkel,
Yeah, have to shout out to Mommy Barbara, of course.
Yes.
And then, so of course, you said it was in your blood, so you didn't feel any pressure or forced into it. It just came natural for you.
The only force I felt in the music to go to music was if I didn't do it. Like it's a natural expectation. My father, just everybody, my peers, schoolmates, just everybody would just naturally expected music, because going through school as a child, I was noticeably musical. It was a special thing with me, because whenever people heard my voice, they would react differently, and I realized that from my early days.
Yeah.
But I remember in primary school when
If you just tuned in, I'm talking with Len Hammond. He's calling in from Jamaica. We might have a little few Wi-Fi issues, but we got him back. Yep, we got you.
Yes, I'm here. Are you here? Are you hearing me?
Yep, we're hearing you. You're talking about primary school.
Yeah, man. So I think in primary school, big up Mr. Garden, I went in the school choir at Trinity Primary School, and after going to the JCDC competition, I realized that every time I opened my mouth in the choir, people reacted differently. The teachers would compliment me differently. But one day I remember going to choir practice, and I turned the great song "Skip It," which Mr. Garden chose for the choir practice or the competition. I turned it into a reggae song.
Yeah.
Found the key on the piano, because I didn't learn to play piano. I just used it from my head and started banging, bang. And when Mr. Garden came in, everybody basically started singing the song in reggae, from the regular classical stage. So, from there, basically I got suspended from the choir for a bit. They went to the competition and didn't win.
Yeah.
So, but it was a good experience too,
So you do go back and forth, but you lived here in Canada as well. Did you do recordings down in Jamaica before you came up here? Like the music career start in Jamaica first before you came to Canada?
No, yeah, but the music career started as from I was a child. Because I always told
I
myself,
know, but
I'm
recording wise,
gonna be big. But but professionally,
yes,
you know, when I came to Canada early out, you know, we took the music on a different level. You know, started learning the business of the music and the musical part of the music. You know, where keys are concerned and all of that. So that was pretty much how it went. And then, you know, first recording, big up Danny Maestro, you know, and the first release. You know, the first recording I did, the first rhythm I sing on was a Jackie Me Too rhythm.
What? I didn't
Yeah,
know
man,
that.
run a
Legendary keyboard players.
Run a Willie Williams yard. Yeah, man, run a Willie Williams yard, not too far from your yard, our first yard. Yeah, man.
Nice.
From here,
you hear that, people?
Yeah, man, from
Those are
there,
legends.
the music just blossomed, you know what I mean? Canada definitely opened me up to the world, basically, and I got recognized through Canada. Came to Jamaica in about 1995. And definitely, I was definitely went to college where the music is concerned, you know?
Yeah.
You know, go to cell block, go to mixing lab, you know, going to Penthouse, going to Music Works, Gussie Clark Studio. So basically, you know, Arrows, you know, basically that was like college because to frequent those places and to get into those places, you have to be doing something and active.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a good experience. And what I can say, definitely Canada, Lennon is known for being a Canadian and Jamaican, but music part of it, people always associate me with Canada, and I love it.
Yes. And do you find that it came easier for you because you're a Hammond, or you had to work hard to get it? It wasn't handed to you.
You know, I will tell you that the signal is, the rain is blowing away your signal, so I can't hear you properly at this minute.
Okay, I'll repeat that one. I said, did you find it easier? I mean, did you find it hard being a Hammond? Like things weren't handed to you. Did you have to work hard for it, or did you feel that things were just handed to you because they're easier for you because you were a Hammond?
Oh yeah, definitely challenging because it was a Hammond. I'm a Hammond. Yeah. Definitely challenging because I'm a Hammond. Present day challenging because I'm a Hammond.
So do you feel the pressure because of the name? Do you feel the pressure?
Oh yeah, a lot of pressure. And even when people don't hear the name, just the voice, so when people hear it, it's instant pressure. People, you know, look for big things from the vocals. But being a Hammond, it definitely poses a big challenge, more than what a lot of people would expect. You know, but you know, it make you stronger and more witty. You know, some people work with me under certain duress that is not put on them, but they put on themselves, you know, for whatever reason. But yeah, that's not good.
But like, you know, because people think that everything comes easy just because of the last name. But what I'm saying is I'm letting people know that you have to work hard for what you have today and to uplift the name. And right? Correct? I think he's cutting out again. Those who got it locked in once again, I'm talking to Len Hammond. He's in Jamaica. We got Wi-Fi issues, a little rain going on over there.
Okay.
We got you.
Well, let me see if I heard you properly. Well, what I can say is a lot of people definitely don't want to be at the right of Mr. Hammond. That's how some of them put it, you know. So, you know, I'm messing with the nephew, you know, because some of them don't want to be inside of Mr. Hammond, which is good in itself, but also creates some obstacles sometimes, you know, because I mean, he's the legend, you know, but definitely big things are expected of I because I'm a Hammond, and being associated with him, whenever people see us together, you know, some people, you know, react a different way towards me, you know, so it is what it is, you know, and whenever people find out that I'm a Hammond, I get certain kind of treatment here. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not so great because, you know, some people have voice complain with, you can't, you know, and I wasn't there, you know, because some people want to play it more time. I want to record Barris, I want to interview Barris. And we're not doing that.
Yes, that I
Yeah, but
know
it's
they want
all
to
good.
rub the shoulders and get a deal. Can you hook me up? I know that. I understand that totally. Yes, sir. But talk about there has to be some funny stories because I know that your dad he had to be hard on you because I know he's like Mr. Get It Right and stuff. How was it like? Can you tell me some funny stories about working with your dad and him encouraging you vocally?
My father and Carl Mullins, the same thing. Two madman, two mad perfectionists.
That's
Only
my
thing,
dad he's talking about,
Carl
my
Mullins,
viewers.
Carl Mullins will take a chance and release it. No, even though he knows that it is not totally uncanny and there's some flat spot. Carl Mullins was like Bunny Striker Lee. Him hear a thing and know say it's great and more work it. My father, hear a thing and if it no anti, no, it can't go. It can't go Jackie. It can't go Jackie. And if Jackie Me Too is not here, he might wait until Jackie Me Too come back from Japan to play the one note. Like, but definitely, I mean, the pressure from my father, it was just great encouragement because
Yeah.
his knowledge and his input. He would wait out on my bed to sing after coming from your yard, Black Up and Dime, Cane Farmers Association juice.
Yes.
You know, so it it was definitely fun still. Definitely fun.
There was a story you told me, and I can't remember all of it. If you can remember, one time you said you were sleeping and your dad just woke you out of bed about some song. Do you remember that?
I think you're breaking
Or
up on
one
that one.
key? And he got you up and was
I think you're
making you
breaking up
sing
on
the
that one.
song
I can't
again.
hear you.
I'm not sure if he heard my question or what I said. And one story about your dad when you were sleeping or something, and when he remembers something, he wants you to come back and do it, and he'd wake you out of your bed to get the note right. Or do you remember
You're
that?
breaking up.
Yeah, he's breaking up. Unfortunately, this is what happens when we're zooming out and Jamaica's got the bad weather. He'll be back soon again. Follow him on Instagram at Len Hammond. Hopefully we get him back here. You're watching the Tanya Mullings Show. And again, this is the H.E.R Network on channel 251. You can catch me here every Sunday, 8 to 9.
We have some issues problems.
You were back? Oh, we still have issues. Yes, hopefully we'll get him back once again.
Yes.
Make sure you got you. I'm not sure if you heard that question about your dad waking you out of bed when he comes up with a song and you got to get it right. And
Yes.
he'll wake you out
Yeah,
of your
man, I
sleep.
him that. Yep.
Tell
Yeah,
that
man.
story. Oh.
That's Mr. Boyo Hammond, you know, and great memories, you know. And one thing I want, both him and my mom, right now, I can send a song to give my mom, and she would listen it and tell me what she feel is wrong about it. And
Yes.
oftentimes it's the same vibe or the same spot that is wrong because my mother basically lived their life through my father. So his mistakes became her mistakes. You know, but musically, she learned so much from him and he has learned so much from her that it's a tremendous 1-2 punch, you know. But definitely my father, you know, was a perfectionist and always wanted the best music around, you know, not just reggae, but the best music, you know. Let me begin to begin. Some classical songs is like, Brethren, where you get them songs? But
Yes.
that's Boya Hammond.
And you know, and for my viewers who don't know, please, Winston Boyle Hammond, go online, read up. Unfortunately, October 9th, 2018, he passed away. He is the elder brother to Barris Hammond and of course the father to Len Hammond. I wanted to talk to you, Len, about I just want to put out there because a lot of people don't know this, and I really want them to know this about your father. Before he passed away, he was doing a project, an album that you guys were able to get together and present to him and let him see the finished product before he passed away. And I want everybody to know that man voiced that album on one lung. That is absolutely amazing. Like, where is that project? And talk a little bit more about what you and the family plan to do with those last works.
Well, this project we're gonna, it was mastered, but we're remastering it, and we're looking at a good distributor to deal with it, because COVID came. COVID kind of pushed back, you know, everything kind of a unique form because he's not around to promote it.
Yes,
So
he was
you
good
know,
at that.
yeah, so you know, we have to conceptualize a good marketing strategy, you know, so that is where we're at with it. But definitely early next year, that album will be on the market.
Yes, and there was a collaboration with him and Barris on that. I thought that was wonderful.
Yeah, man. That him and Barris, man. The funny thing about that song, Barris heard the title of the song, Winner. And he just told Barris, you know, me have a song named Winner. And Barris said to him, a bad song that, you know. And he's like, you know, hear it yet? Barris is like, yeah, man, a bad song. So one day I was driving with him in going to Kingston around the junction, and he said to me, I have this song named Winner. And I say, hey, bad song that, you know. And he's like, what's up with you and Barris? You never hear the song yet, and you say it's a bad song. I say, well, a song called Winner coming from the likes of you has to be a bad song.
Yes.
You know, we know it's a bad song, and that's the first song that me or Barris Hammond constantly asks Boy Hammond about. Yo, what little song there? The little song Winner. Where the song there? Now give me the song Winner. You know, I release the song Winner. And you're like, yeah. Okay then. But they did it, and you know, he wanted me to put my vocals on it. And I'm like, me do the remix, man. I'll put my vocals on the remix. You just want your vocals and Barris vocals to just go and do. You know, but if it's up to my father, I do over the whole album. I sing over the whole album and the thing.
Yeah, but you know what? It would be nice if that could be added to it before it comes out, because that was his wish to have your vocal on there. So if that's possible, that would be lovely.
Well, what I want to do is really turn it into a duet album.
That would be nice.
To put my vocals along his in the form of a duet and bring it to another level, you know, make people make it like, you know, not really following, but when greats do it, they're following great steps. You know, Natalie King Cole did it with her daddy. And it's funny, my daddy took Natalie's vocals on a karaoke machine one time and did wonders. Did wonders. I think even your daddy was a part of that whole liking of what he did in that King Cole or Natalie Cole song. But yeah, man, definitely, you know, Boy's work will always live on, you know, on his album, you know. Definitely look for it next year.
What's the title of the album?
You know, I don't remember the title right now, but Orville Wiz Malcolm knows the title because it was produced by Orville Wiz Malcolm, Boyo Hammond, Charles Sinclair, and some other producers. You know, but the main part of the meat of the concept, a lot of it was him. You know, so you know, give thanks to, because him and Orville, they are this, just like me and Orville and Charles, we have this, you know, this chemistry. When we did mixed up moods, it was just something else, you know. You know, and then when we did To Love Somebody, it was just another great piece of work, you know. Well, but it's
you just touched on Mixed Up Moods, and you won the Juno Award for that album, Len Hammond. Of course, Mixed Up Moods was a huge song for you, and that album as well. One of my favorite songs, of course, Mixed Up Moods. I love that. Can't get enough of that track. You know, I was gonna say Sing a Piece because I love that song, but I won't put pressure on you.
See, I've been loving you from a distance, and it's so wonderful. Only a fool in love would understand that the greatest joy in life is for me to get next to you. Yes, I know one day you'd make me a happy man. You see, those mixed up moods and attitudes, I don't need them. I don't need them, and I'm high on the neon side. Those mixed up moods and attitudes, I can't use them. I can't use them, and I'm high on the neon side.
Yes, yes, yes. You hear that? No auto-tune, live and direct, big singer. Yes.
Me think you say we're not going to sing today.
I wasn't gonna pressure you, but I figured you'd give me a little something. Yes, sir.
Come on.
So what's going on now? Of course, you're down there working, which is fabulous because COVID not holding you down. I guess he's having
Yeah.
little phone issues there.
Oops, yep.
What's
Okay.
next for you now? I know you got the video dropping tomorrow, but you've been, like I said, doing a lot of work down there with some of the producers. Tell me a little bit about the current work that you're doing. Did you hear me?
Okay, just to fix my phone and get current to my phone. Yeah.
Yes,
Sorry.
it's all that excitement. I should have did all applause in that. I threw you off when you're singing.
Yeah,
That's
no,
why
I'm sorry. Working with different works with producers. I have this new song that is talking about. It's called "We'll Grow Stronger." Basically, that song is talking about people on a whole growing past, major disappointments, growing past a thing like getting to conquer racism, growing past COVID,
Yeah.
growing past hatred, growing past covetousness, our foreparents did a lot for us. Whereas in to be strong enough to make our offspring survive. So I think we just owe it to ourselves right now to just help them celebrate these victories and, pass on their message to the future generation of saying, don't give up, we'll get stronger and we'll carry on, because you're a child, look on you, remember when you just started singing, no, your son is a rapper.
I know.
So things like those, I always like, it's a bit pretty much one of them songs that is, telling us don't give up, we'll get by, we'll grow stronger. That song is produced by Bossy Music.
Okay.
And then we have another song called Move Out of My Way. Move
Yes.
out of my way. Nobody
Cinderella
perplex me today. Don't make me fall out, or I will go all out. See, man and no Chris, man and no blood, but we will step to you. Real raga nothing prove to you. You want dig a grave, dig one for you. And if you feel like sing a song too, up in the street me hear them whispering, hating on my game to them see me a win. Useless being vindictive, do you follow? That is produced by Jamites,
on the
out
Cinderella
of New
rhythm.
York for Reggae Vibes Production. Say that again?
Cinderella rhythm.
Black Cinderella rhythm.
Yes, yes. I wanted to say something. We're going to talk about more songs, but I wanted to say something to you before I forget. I had Kirk Diamond on here, and he said to me that you were one of the artists that inspire him, and he's learned so much from you as a performer and a vocalist. So I just wanted you to know that.
Blow neat. And you know, the last week, Mr. Kirk on the program and I tried tuning in. And
Yes.
because of the networking, I couldn't tune in properly.
Yes.
I mean, like Kirk, you see, Kirk is an artist now where Kirk straight up and come ask me some advice one away and say, yo, sing away thing.
Yeah.
And when he win the Juno, one time we have a conversation and I tell him what will transpire with his career.
Yes.
And he really learned it, from a bird's eye view. I told him from a bird's eye view. So Kirk is a sex symbol, though, Yeah, man,
he's like the ladies like him.
Yeah, we went to Middlesbrough, England.
Yes.
And
Oh, yes, that's where he said he was with you, and he said that he was really like he learned so much on that tour with you. Don't say too much about the sex symbol because we were talking, not to cut you, we were talking about he's having problems because all these girls are commenting on his page and he doesn't know none of them and they're all fighting over him. So don't mess up his action by saying that.
Well, put it this way. I remember there's this one lady. She kept on kissing me on the cheek, and every time she kissed me on the cheek, she's looking at Kirk and she's like, I love him. I love him. And I'm like, because this woman is like 6 feet tall. And me and Kirk, we're running from these women because they're very aggressive. And we're like, I'm like, go tell him. And she's hugging me and squeezing me, kissing me, and telling him, I'm like, go tell Kirk. But Kirk is a sex symbol, you know. But on a serious tip, yeah, man, Kirk is an artist, but very talented dude. I don't think him even realize how much talent he have yet.
Very
You know,
humble too. Very humble too. That's why I
yeah,
really rate
you know,
him.
big respect to Kirk because I like his demeanor. You know, he's
Yes.
always willing to learn, and anybody who is willing to learn always go far. You know, big
Yeah.
up to Kirk. Big up, big up, big up.
Yeah. Very, very positive. I love his vibes. Another one I want to talk about, produced by the legendary Mafia and Fluxy. How does it feel? What's it like working with those guys?
You know what I come to find out in the music business. I have so much respect from certain producers that I didn't even know. I
Yeah.
heard of the great Mafia and Fluxy for years, revered producers and loved them, you know. But didn't
Yeah.
even know that they have so much respect for me. Is one
Yeah.
day, you know, we see Fluxy and Fluxy. I said, yo, Len, I think he came to check Barris. And Barris
Yeah.
said, me nephew, you know, Len. And he's like, yo, Maria, you know, blah, blah, blah. And we hit it off. And both and all three of us just had a good time at Harmony House. And when I went to
Yeah.
England a few years ago, I had to go check them on the Hot Wednesday up at Stingray and
Mhm.
did some recordings. And I think last year when they heard that I was coming to England, they're always sending me some stuff anyway, some rhythms to listen to and whatever I like, I use. But
Yeah.
last year when went to England, went into the studio with them and came up with this song called How Does It Feel? You know, and it's definitely one of them songs that when you hear it, it's a song that brings rainy memories on a rainy day like this.
Yes.
Because it's bringing a lover's mood, and even though it's talking about the blues, how does it feel? No, why does it feel when you're with the one you love? Like it's a dream, you don't want to wake up. How does it feel when you hear the people say, she's not the one, she don't deserve you anyway? So when you're in a situation like that,
Yeah.
and you're addressed like that, you're like, blues of love, But definitely, Mafia and
Yeah.
Floxy, I always like to work with them, because they bring a different vibe. They don't just bring
Yeah.
English vibe, they bring a reggae vibe and
I love that vibe. That's
revival
my
vibe.
vibe. That's my
Yeah, man.
vibe. And by the way, I was going to bad you up because you didn't send that one to me for the radio show, but that's another story. We'll talk about that after.
My apologies. My apologies. You see, because now I'm bad when it comes on to computer and sending out music because
Yes.
I like to make them. I just like to make them. I guess we get this habit from my uncle and my father. We just
Yeah.
love them at the studio. So sometimes sending out music gets suffered because we can't get fit going about. So, I do send out my music still, don't get me wrong.
Yes.
But
Yes. I know.
when
I
I
just
send you
go on.
music and I send you 5 and 10.
Yes, I know. I know that. Sometime I just go on your IG and check it out and look what I didn't get, and then I'll go and check you.
Love
There's
that,
another
man. Big
one that you
thanks,
did
man.
a cover one, Wonderful Tonight. That one's beautiful.
Oh, that's a song that is forgive me for wiping my face, but I'm in Jamaica and it's not the coldest.
Yeah,
Hint, hint. The heat sometimes just this
I
time of the
know.
night in Jamaica.
I'm
um,
jealous. It's cold over here now.
Wonderful Tonight is a song that I always wanted to do. It's one
Yeah,
of my favorite. When I first heard it, I didn't like it because it had no chorus. And I'm
yeah,
like, what kind of song this?
yes,
But listening to it throughout the years, I'm like, oh, this is a nice song. This is a beautiful song. So last year, we were hanging out with Warrior Love. Warrior
yes.
Love. And
Big up
decided,
Warrior
you know
Love,
what?
man.
Let's have a concept. And we explored the concept and it came out to be a beautiful product. We released it on, VP distributed. So, it's
Nice.
definitely wonderful tonight. Definitely. That's a song that's a project that I'm proud of because we got some compliments from certain people at certain record companies, giving us big compliments compared to the original. One
Yeah,
company even said that, Mr. Clapton would be so proud of the rendition. I'm like, that's big, you know. So give thanks.
Yeah, you know what's funny, and I'm not just saying this because I'm into reggae and I love reggae, but sometimes, honestly, when I hear reggae cover songs, to me too, they sound better than the originals. There's a lot of them out there that to me sound better.
Reggae vibe.
Let's sweet it up. Yes. I think he's having a little technical difficulties again. And it's the Tanya Mulling Show here on the H.E.R network, channel 251, here every Sunday, 8 to 9 p.m. We got him back. You hearing me?
Yeah, somebody. My
Yes.
apologies, people.
Yes. Tell them you're on live
Yeah, man, but
TV. They will call back later.
reggae definitely brings a different vibe, because reggae is one of them music that is a people music.
Yes.
The vibe of it is a people music. You know, the whole creation of it is a people music. The original reggae was a people music. There's a bunch of folks coming together. It was a community music. So the spirit of it keep growing. You know, it's a life-saving music. I can't keep going on, but you know, because why I say it's a life-saving music. For instance, you have a pop artist who wants to become hip. He go do a reggae song. He get hip among his friends. When his career takes a different dive or take a unique turn, to do damage control, they turn to reggae.
Yes.
You know, Michael Bolton has a reggae album. If I don't like, I think I'll be able to face of a reggae album too. But you know, it's a people music and I love it, you know.
Yeah, and of course, like we say, everybody love reggae, but what is your feel after all these years? We still have the struggle to be accepted on mainstream and get that respect. What is your feel on that one?
You know, people a lot of times don't like honesty, and reggae bring a lot of honesty.
Yes.
The messaging of reggae brings a lot of honesty, whether in love or roots rock or reality rock, you know. You know, reggae will tell yourself, mind your business, come out of people's business. You know, and reggae will tell you that the sweet is sex. So you know, in reggae tells you keep your morals, you know, keep your precepts, keep your kingceps, you know, keep your queenceps, you know. So a lot of the times, because I've experienced it where just being a reggae musician, you know, the respect level, you know, is not there. I remember one specific story when I think a couple of days after I had won the Juno Award, I was in a certain office, SOCAN office, going up in the elevator, and you know, the people that came out, they came in the elevator and nobody said anything, you know?
Yeah.
So when we got to the floor, me and management, they thought we were going to another floor. And they were asking me, who am I? And I'm like, that's the time when Mixed Up Moods was on Chum FM and all over the place.
Yeah.
So it was quite unique. So my management had to remind them, this is the Juno Award winner. Recent Juno Award a couple of days ago. You guys invited him. You guys put him in your magazine. Here he is in your magazine. So it definitely got a certain type of treatment, you know. And it just, as I said, because it's a honest music, it will make people feel guilty. And sometimes people don't want to be reminded of their guilt.
Yes. And then also, like you had before, like now anybody like rapping outside of our music that want to collab with a reggae artist, and people feel like they're trying to jump on our thing. My look on that, I want your look on this. I feel if a rap artist or anybody collabs with us, it's only opening the doors for us. What's your thought on that? Like, and they're saying about them jump on our music. Do you not feel? What's your thoughts? Do you feel like they're helping us open the doors more when they do that?
You know, a year ago, I was having a conversation with Bounty Killer at Rebel Salute. In the middle of Rebel Salute, we're having a conversation before his performance. And basically, Bounty, they have the same feeling about us going on their music.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a two-way street. We're jumping on their thing and they're jumping on our thing. It's called business. And if it doesn't cross over, you know, you stay in your little section. You know, so if it's a because they hear our voice and they instantly think reggae. We hear Lil Wayne voice and we instantly think hip hop. We hear Drake voice and we think hip hop. We don't think dancehall. We don't think reggae. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing. Case in point, Shaggy. Case in point, Maxi Priest. You know, who have had tremendous Billboard success and crossover sounding music.
Yes.
But if somebody don't do it, you know, they have to be a lamb to the slaughter. You know, Bob Marley sang some songs and they said all kind of things, but at the end of the day, you know, Bob Marley is #1 in the world always. You know, so definitely, and it's a compliment too when people want to come to our side of town. Popcorn just got a call from Maroon 5 to do a remix. Maroon 5 I called Papi to do a remix. You know, I mean, Maroon 5 is Maroon 5. Papi is just this little youth, a cartel fine from St. Thomas and Portland. But here is Papi. You know, Papi, I'm taking full advantage of it. So I think it's a good thing that people what the Bible say, yeah, man, let them say suffer the children to come unto me. You know, I think that's what the Bible says, even though he's not a biblical person. But when people want to come around you and be with you, it's a blessing, you know. So I that is a blessing.
Yeah, I just love, to me, I love the crossover because every time I see like a door open, I'll just use an example like the Junos, the Grammys, when we're not getting that respect of being aired on stage. When I see like an international artist, I mean, there are international reggae artists, but like Sting and Shaggy, it allows our music to be heard. So I think it's a great thing, you know?
I know Sting for one, was always into reggae before he broke out into pop.
Oh yeah.
And I learned that being in, because when I hear Sting say he used to live in H.E.R. And I'm like, what? And when I learned the stories of Sly and Robbie and Sting, I'm like, whoa. And you know, put it this way, when I went to England and I saw the amount of pop artists in England who did reggae, at one point in the 70s and 80s, if a white band didn't do reggae, they wouldn't be hip. They wouldn't be. When I look at the documentaries, all these white bands, these rock bands, they all have reggae sounding music and doing reggae, their version of reggae, and reggae is appearing on all the big platforms. So if there's not no collaboration, things won't grow.
Yes.
You know, because that collaboration is the Most High's voice coming into action.
Yeah, you know, like you said, you toured England, and then you also toured a lot of places, and you also toured Germany. Talk about how reggae music is over there and your journey over in England, because you go to Germany a lot.
Well, I've been to Germany a few times. Germany is nice. Big respect to the people who brought me there, you know. I mean, for the first time and the second time and the third time and the fourth time. But definitely Germany is a place they love reggae and they're hip and they're more aware. Just like, I mean, when I travel to Germany and Europe, I love Toronto. You know why? Toronto is just like next door to Jamaica with hardcore music is concerned. So when I go to Germany and on a weekend night when I'm comparing it, I'm like, yo, let me tell you guys something. Right now in Toronto, people have to be negotiating which reggae party they're gonna go and how many reggae parties they're gonna go for one night. You guys in Germany have one or two. We have a bundle of them, but that is in Canada. So Germany now, they emulate in certain ways a lot of what they see happening, which in a good way, you know, because the music is big over there and they're into the music, the language, everything, you know, they're heavily into vinyl music. You know, a lot of vinyl, a lot of new music, they have it on vinyl. You know, so it's definitely a nice market. I love German people, you know, them warm and friendly and they're into the music, you know, they're not just, when they love you, they love you. So big respect to the German people. And funny enough, I have 3 songs that was produced. It's coming out on my next album / EP.
Yeah.
Or EP / album. You know, 3 songs that a friend of mine, a brethren of mine, produced from Germany that I heard the song. They weren't written. They were just songs. Because I heard the rhythm and just walked into the studio and told them, red light. Made up the songs, all 3 of them. made them up on the spot while voicing. So while I'm singing, it's being voiced, just like what Josephine and them mother used to do. So it was a unique experience to just walk in, hear the rhythm from outside. So because of that, when after I did the third one, they're like, so tell me the truth. Now, you did have these songs written. And I'm like, no, it's just the rhythm spoke to me. And, but definitely, Germany, big respect.
Yeah. What are some of the other places that you've been to or want to go to?
I've been to Africa yet. I haven't been to Africa.
No.
I haven't been to Africa, and I want to go to Africa. I want to go to Trinidad. I haven't been to Trinidad.
You want to go wind up your waist?
No, I want to see the Douglas girl in action. I want to see the Douglas in action.
You want we have a flag?
And Jamaica versus Trinidad. I mean, I've been to Belgium, Holland, Amsterdam, England, France, Ireland, few more places, I mean, it's nice to travel because you learn so much. But when I went to Japan is an interesting place. Japan experience of Jamaica 50.
God.
Them love reggae and them have everything in reggae. And they have a version of everybody in reggae.
I know.
Right now, you go to Japan, you can find a version of Tanya Mullings.
I had an article before written in Japanese. I don't know what it says to this day, but I know I was in it. Yeah, they love
the Japanese. You hear the rain? You hear the rain?
Yeah. I just hear crickets. You brought Jamaica to.
Yeah, man. The Japanese them know. The Japanese them know. They love the music so much and love the Jamaican culture so much. Them even pirate the mic sharking. That mic sharking when you're using the mic, they keep wanting to try to take it from you. It's so nice place though, definitely nice talented people. One of the best producers I've ever worked with is a Japanese producer. So definitely they love the music in Japan and I always rate and respect them.
Oh, nice. Who would you like to work with producer-wise that you have not worked with, if you had the chance? I'm not sure if he heard that question. Again, he's calling in from Jamaica and the Wi-Fi is giving few issues here. It's the H.E.R network here on channel 251, the Tanya Mullings Show. Follow us on Instagram at H.E.R network. Len Hammond, follow him on Instagram at Len Hammond. Hopefully we'll get him back here. His brand new video once again drops tomorrow. It's Reggaeville, These Arms, so watch out for that one. And yeah, of course, he'll have a clip, I'm sure, on his Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Tanya Mullings Music, the Tanya Mullings Show. Twitter at @1TanyaMullings. And I think we lost him. Hopefully he comes back. And I just wanted to talk to him more about who he would like to work with and a little information, what he would like to tell up and coming artists. But this is what happens when we're dealing with Zoom and weather issues here. So once again, thank you everybody who's tuned into the show. And I guess, again, I'll say thank you to Len for being on the show. And unfortunately, sorry, we lost you here. And once again, this is the brand new H.E.R network. It launched on Friday, October 23rd. We made history here. The first all-women's network. H.E.R network stands for Hardworking, Empowering, Resilient. Follow us on our Facebook page, H.E.R network. And again, I'm Tanya Mullings here. It's the Tanya Mullings Show. This show can also be heard on the Barn Burner Radio Network on its 122 platforms. Please check it out on barnburner.ca for all the news. Barn Burner, watch it, hear it, read it, download it, love it. Catch you same time, same place next week. It's the Tanya Mullings Show here each and every Sunday, 8 to 9 p.m. Have a blessed evening all. Take care.